Today's lesson is called Ancient Cities, Seas of Sand. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and we're going to go traveling in today's program. Hopefully it's okay to travel now. Hopefully the virus is under control. So you might be looking forward to getting out there into the world after having been stuck inside for so long with social distancing and all that fun stuff. If you're able to hit the road and travel the world, we suggest you go to Tunisia.
That's what we're going to be talking about today. Tunisia is filled with ancient cities and also seas of sand. How poetic, how amazing. Yes, Tunisia might be overshadowed now and again by Egypt and Morocco and other really fancy countries there in northern Africa. But it's still a super cool place, and that's exactly what we'll be talking about not only today, but tomorrow as well. So let's get to it, everyone. Let's get started on the first part of our article on Tunisia.
Ancient cities, seas of sand. Often overshadowed by its near neighbors Egypt and Morocco, Tunisia is seldom first on anyone's to-visit list. Nonetheless, this North African country boasts ancient cities, coastal towns, and jaw-dropping desert landscapes that will surprise and delight any visitor.
大家好，第一部分我们看到动词 overshadow， 指使黯然失色，使相形见拙，像是 be overshadowed by 加名词表示相较于显得相形见拙，像是The soccer team's victory was overshadowed by the allegations of cheating. 这支足球队的胜利因打假球的指控而蒙上阴影。或是 Simon's great performance in the play overshadowed the rest of the casts. Simon 在这出剧的优异演出让其他演员相形失色。再来，我们看到单字 coastal， 这个字是形容词，指沿海的、海岸的，像是After the earthquake, the government warned its citizens to avoid coastal areas. 地震过后，政府警告市民要避免前往沿海地区。或是 The coastal environment of the island is filled with green plants. 这座岛上的海岸生态环境充满了绿色植物。接着，我们看到单字 delight， 这个字是动词，指使欣喜，使愉快。例如 A clown delighted the children at the birthday party.有个小丑在生日派对逗乐孩子，或是 Ricky delighted his friends by singing their favorite songs. Ricky 唱了他朋友最喜爱的歌曲，取悦他们。另外，这个字也可以是名词，指欣喜、乐事。举例来说 It was a delight to see you perform in the play. 看到你在戏剧中表演，真是让人欣喜。或是 You could see the delight in Joe's face when he saw the present. 当 Joe 看到礼物时，你可以看到他高兴的神情。再补充一个相关片语 to one's delight， 表示令某人高兴。我们可以说 The bully slipped on the icy sidewalk to the delight of the other kids. 那个恶霸在结冰的人行道滑了一跤，逗得其他小孩很高兴。
Okay, so Tunisia has a lot to offer here. As the title tells us, it has ancient cities and seas of sand. So here in the first paragraph it says, often overshadowed by its near neighbors Egypt and Morocco, Tunisia is seldom first on anyone's to visit lists. Okay, so yeah, if you're going to travel the world and you're going to go to Africa, northern Africa in this case, you probably better go to Egypt to see those pyramids or go to Morocco to get the great food there and all the bazaars and markets and stuff there. So yes, most people head to those places. Morocco and Egypt will overshadow the other countries in the region. So overshadow here just means they're bigger, they're more noticeable, and maybe your brother is 7 feet tall and you're only 5'2". So yes, you will be overshadowed by him. He is just so big. He's a great basketball player. You're really short and you're really nothing. So yes, you'll be overshadowed by your big brother.
Yeah, Egypt has got the pyramids like Roger said. Morocco is known for the of bazaars and the food. Yeah, when people think of Northern Africa, these are the two countries that people think of. But Tunisia is super great. Yeah, Tunisia is seldom first on anyone's to-visit list, but it's still great. Nevertheless, this North African country boasts ancient cities, coastal towns, and jaw-dropping desert landscapes that will surprise and delight any visitor. So there you go. You have your seas of sand there, your jaw-dropping desert landscapes. Also, we have ancient cities, coastal towns. Oh my goodness, Tunisia is already winning me over. Anyways, let's go ahead and move back to the beginning of this sentence, I should say. The very first word in this sentence is nonetheless.
Nonetheless, you could also say nevertheless. That just means it may be true about what we just said, and it may sound bad, but still what we've got to tell you next will maybe help you change your mind. So I could say, for example, that Taipei is a really big, crowded, polluted city. Nonetheless, there are still lots of interesting things to check out there, lots of museums, wonderful restaurants, etc., etc. So yeah, Tunisia is not really the place a lot of people want to go to, but still, nonetheless, it still has a lot to offer. For example, it boasts ancient cities and coastal towns and jaw-dropping desert landscapes. So here we've got the word boast, which means it has this thing that it can brag about or that it can boast about. It's something significant. It's really cool. And if you go there, you can certainly take some wonderful pictures and you'll be the envy of all your friends. And also they've got some wonderful coastal towns, which means there are towns along the coast. Like here in Taiwan, there are lots of nice coastal towns down in Hualien, cities that are next to the ocean. And of course, if a landscape is jaw-dropping, that means when you look at it, you go, wow! And your jaw drops. You just are at a loss for words. It is so beautiful, you just can't think of anything to say.
I'm just so surprised by the beauty of what I've just seen here in the desert that my mouth has opened, my jaw has dropped. Oh my goodness, these seas of sand are amazing. These are definitely some jaw-dropping desert landscapes. Anyways, here when we're talking about landscapes, we're talking about pieces of land on planet Earth that are pretty to look at. Now, usually you find landscapes out in the country. If you're in a city, you can take a look at the city from a certain point of view and call that a cityscape if it looks very nice, but out in nature there, okay? Let's say you take in a view of the countryside with mountains and trees and stuff like that. Taken all together, that would be a landscape, what you're seeing there. A portion of the earth, some land that is very, very beautiful. You'd call that a landscape. And of course, Tunisia, it's in northern Africa there, right next to the Sahara Desert, or the Sahara Desert, I should say. So you're going to see some desert landscapes there because the Sahara is a gigantic desert. It's the biggest desert on planet Earth. And these desert landscapes, they're awesome. But don't forget the ancient cities, the coastal towns as well. All of these things together, they will definitely delight you if you were to visit Tunisia. By the way, if something delights you, it brings you great enjoyment.
You'll be excited and you'll be very happy. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first part of our lesson for today. Let's talk some more about Tunisia in the next part.
Most travelers start their visit to Tunisia in Tunis, the nation's capital. Many centuries of colonization have given the city a rich and complex cultural identity that is evident in its unique neighborhoods. Here you can spend hours in the Medina, the city's old walled district, exploring the traditional markets and admiring the tile work of ancient mosques and monuments. Contrasting the Medina's jumble of winding streets are the stately avenues of Ville Nouvelle, built during the French colonial era. The core of this district is the Avenue Habib Bourguiba, lined with trees and dotted with magnificent Art Deco buildings. The avenue also has trendy cafes that provide great spots for soaking up the local atmosphere.
第二部分我们看到形容词 stately 指宏伟的、庄严的。举例来说 The neighborhood is home to several stately mansions. 这个社区有好几栋华宅。或是 The British Queen's birthday is usually a stately affair. 英国女皇的生日通常是件很隆重庄严的事。接着我们看到一个单字 core， 这个字是名词，指最重要的、关键的部分、核心，像是 The core problem is a lack of communication between the two. 最关键的问题是两者之间缺乏沟通，或是 Exercising the core muscles is important to improving overall strength. 训练核心肌肉对于增进整体力量非常重要。
Okay, Tunisia. When people think of Northern Africa, they rarely think, yeah, I want to go to Tunisia. Now, does that mean that Tunisia is a bad place to travel to? Of course not. It's seldom first on anyone's list of places to visit there in North Africa, but nonetheless, or nevertheless, Tunisia is great. You get ancient cities, coastal towns, i.e. towns that are on the coast next to the ocean there, and also those jaw-dropping desert landscapes. So, book a ticket, everyone. Visit Tunisia.
Yep, you're going to start your visit in Tunis, which is the nation's capital, and many centuries of colonization have given the city a rich and complex cultural identity that is evident in its unique neighborhoods. So, colonization, the historical fact that this place was a colony of other countries. It was a colony of the Ottoman Empire, I believe, and of France. So, of course, they left behind their influences. So, yeah, you'll have unique neighborhoods as a result of that colonization. Just like here, of course, as a result of Japanese colonization, you can still see lots of Japanese structures here and there throughout Taiwan.
There you go. Colonization. So apparently Tunisia was a colony to many different nations, or to many different empires, I should say. Now let's talk about some of these neighborhoods. It says here you can spend hours in the Medina, the city's old walled district, exploring the traditional markets and admiring the tile work of ancient mosques and monuments. So there you go. It sounds fun already to me. You've got an old walled district, and you've got markets, tile work, and mosques, and also monuments. How about that?
Yeah, monuments and tile work, of course, means you've got lots of tiles and different colors and stuff like that, which is common at mosques. A mosque, of course, is a religious building for Islam. There's a mosque in Taipei on Xinsheng South Road there, and you can also, of course, see monuments in this town. And contrasting the Medina's jumble of winding streets are the stately avenues of Ville Nouvelle, built during the French colonial era. So, yes, there's a jumble of winding streets. They're not straight east, west, north, south streets. They kind of go in all sorts of different directions. So we're calling it a jumble, kind of a mess or a net of winding streets. And we've got, well, stately avenues. Stately means they're wide, they're broad, they've got really great buildings, maybe some tall palm trees and stuff like that. And this particular area is called Ville Nouvelle, which was an area that was built when the French were there, when it was a French colonial era. An era just refers to a period of time in which something happened, like the Japanese colonial era here in Taiwan.
Anyways, let's move on. The next sentence says, the core, the center part, the heart of this district is the Avenue Habib Bourguiba, lined with trees and dotted with magnificent Art Deco buildings. So there you go. We're talking more about this particular district, and we're talking specifically about the core of this district. The core of something is the center of that thing. It can either literally be found at the center of that thing, or you could say that the core of a place is the central part of that place, or the heart of that place.
And this district is dotted with magnificent Art Deco buildings. So dotted with. You've got them here and there. They're not all over the place, but they are in certain areas, and there aren't really that many of them. Art Deco is kind of an art movement that was popular during the 20s and 30s with straight lines and lots of colors and stuff like that. And the avenue also has trendy cafes that provide great spots for soaking up the local atmosphere. So yeah, if you're tired of walking around, you can find a nice coffee shop or a cafe, have a meal and some coffee. They're trendy. Lots of people go there to be seen, and they're going to be wearing the latest fashions, so check it out. You can soak up the local atmosphere. You can just sit down and do some people watching and have the time of your life. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson. Let's move on and learn some more.
Those eager to discover more of Tunisia's distant past can drive south to the city of El Jem, an important commercial center during Roman times. Today, people visit the city to view its many Roman ruins, the most spectacular of which is the amphitheater of El Jem, a 3rd century arena that once held up to 35,000 spectators.
第三部分，我们看到形容词 spectacular 指壮观的、雄伟、壮丽的。举例来说 The erupting volcano was a spectacular sight. 那座爆发中火山的景色很壮观。最后，我们看到单字 arena 这个字是名词，指体育比赛或表演用的场地、场馆。我们可以说 The crowd pushed into the arena, eager to see the game. 群众挤进比赛场地，急于观赏比赛。
All right, let's go ahead and wrap up the first part of our article on Tunisia. Those eager to discover more of Tunisia's distant past can drive south to the city of El Jem, an important commercial center during Roman time. So is it an important commercial center now? Not necessarily, but during Roman times, thousands of years ago, it was.
It was. Of course, it was part of the Roman Empire many centuries ago, and today people visit the city to view its many Roman ruins. Just like in Italy or in Greece or various parts of Europe, you can see Roman ruins, old Roman buildings that are kind of still standing. They're not perfect, but they're, intact enough for you to go check them out and take pictures. And the most spectacular of those Roman ruins, is the amphitheater of El Jem. An amphitheater is like an outdoor theater, so it still is standing. And it's a 3rd century arena that once held up to 35,000 spectators. Wow, that's a lot of people that can go check out some performances there. An arena is just basically a place to go see some kind of performance. Nowadays, an arena is mostly indoors, like the Taipei Arena on Dunhua Beilu, Dunhua North Road. But arena, back in the day, the performances actually took place on sand. The word arena means sand in Latin and in Spanish. So yeah, that's where the word comes from, because these performances were done on sand in the desert.
By the way, spectators, they're people who come to a certain place to watch an event. They're not participants, but they're there and they're watching, okay? So 35,000 people would sit in the seats of this arena and watch the shows in that arena. That's what spectators do. Anyways, these shows, whatever they were spectacular. They were awesome, great, wonderful to behold, fantastic, so on, so forth. All right, everyone, with that, Day 1 of our article on Tunisia is now in the books, and it's time for you guys to hear from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分提到，突尼西亚这个北非国家拥有古老城市、滨海城镇以及令人震撼的沙漠风光。那么文中用到复合形容词 jaw dropping， 是形容下巴掉下来的，也就是令人瞠目结舌、令人惊叹的。这是个很生动的描述嘛。当我们看到令人吃惊的人事物，你是不是嘴巴会张超大的？这样子好，那么中文呢，我们也会说看到下巴都掉下来了。好，那其实我们也可以用 make one's jaw drop， 使某人下巴掉下来，来表达说使某人瞠目结舌。 举例来说 He made my jaw drop when he started singing. 当他开始唱歌的时候，我超惊讶的，下巴都要掉下来了。好，另外呢，课文还有用到动词 boast, B-O-A-S-T 来表达拥有。那在这边 boast 是及物用法，它后面接的名词呢，通常是某一个值得骄傲的成就或是事物。好，那我们顺便补充2个片语，可以表达出以什么感到自豪的语义。第一个是pride oneself on 名词或动名词，这表示说对自己的什么什么感到骄傲，以什么什么自豪。那么 pride 在这边它是当动词来表达使什么得意，使什么感到骄傲。例如 Anna prides herself on her fashion sense. Anna 对自己的时尚感相当自豪，觉得自己超有时尚品味的。好，那么第2个片语是 take pride in 加上名词或动名词，这表示对什么什么感到自豪。那么 pride 在这边呢是当名词来表达自豪骄傲。那么 pride 前面你还可以加入形容词，像是 great 很大的来修饰。例如 They take great pride in their son's achievements. 他们对于儿子的成就感到非常骄傲。好，读到课文第3部分的第1句，他写道Those eager to discover more of Tunisia's distant past can drive south... 好，这个句子里面的主词 Those eager to discover more of Tunisia's distant past 那些渴望探索更多突尼西亚遥远过去的人。好，我们这边就来介绍句型 Those who 加动词的句型。好，这个句型表示凡是怎么样的人，那些怎么样的人，其中的 those 是指 those people 那些人。如果我们主词只是 those 或是 those people， 你根本不知道他在讲哪些人嘛，所以我们后面是接 who 引导的关系子句，去限定先行词 those 的范围，去修饰它来表达说那些怎么样怎么样的人，凡是怎么样怎么样的人。要特别注意关系子句里面动词是用复数型哦。举例来说 Those who are allergic to seafood 就是说凡是对海鲜过敏的人。好，那接着我们可以把关系代名词 who 省略，然后把后方的动词改成分词。这个动词如果是主动就改现在分词，被动就改过去分词，然后你就会看到句型简化成 those 直接接VING 或是 PP， 在 those 后面直接接现在分词或过去分词。举例来说 Those who are requested to stay in class 表示说那些被要求要待在班上的人。那由于句子里面动词是被动用法，所以 who are requested 只要保留过去分词 requested 就可以把它简化成 Those requested to stay in class。还有我们先前不是讲到这个凡是对海鲜过敏的人 Those who are allergic to seafood 它同样可以简化哦。我们先把 who 省略，然后把动词 are 改成现在分词 being， 这个 being 也常常省略，那就会简化成 Those allergic to seafood。 好，回头来看课文句子 Those eager 就是由 Those who are eager 简化而来的。那么以上今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Nonetheless. It's raining pretty heavily outside. Nonetheless, we should still go to the party. Landscape. Sean likes living in Arizona because he enjoys the desert landscape. Delight. The puppy will surely delight the children because they've wanted to adopt one for a long time. Monument. The town built a monument in memory of the famous writer who once lived there. Era. In the Victorian era, there were many rules about proper behavior and manners. Core. The core of the problem is that we do not have the budget for a new manager. Arena. The band's upcoming concert at the 10,000-seat arena sold out in minutes. Spectator. Thousands of spectators gathered to watch the soccer match between the two rival teams.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.